Hey guys, Joel here from Measured Gaming. I'm here with Spooky Luke today. How you going, mate?
Thanks, Don.
We're going to play a game, Fleshed Courts versus Beast of Chaos. Dun dun dun. So we're playing Total Commitment 2019. Roll out for terrain and stuff over there, but that's okay. We'll show you in a second. Luke, tell us what's in your list, mate.
Rightio, so this is the update of my old list for the new points changes. So very similar to the old one. We're running 2 Terrorgeists, one being the General. It's got Majestic Horror, the Griff Feather Charm, it's got the spell Blood Feast and the Gruesome Bite. We're going to try the free summoning on that one. The second Terrorgeist has nothing special. The Archregent, we've got a Dermal Robe for some extra spellage. We've got the Ghoul King on foot. That's the main change of this list. To make up for the points.
Yep.
Then we've got a Ghoul Patrol with the Courtier.
And so just before you keep going, this Flamer stand-in is actually your Courtier, isn't it? Because you left it at home like
is.
an idiot.
I'm a dill.
Yeah.
My fault.
Alright, what else is in there, mate?
Rightio, so other than that, we've got the Chalice and the Maelstrom. So that was the only other change.
Lovely. You come to 1990, don't you?
1990 with 1 extra command point.
Just quickly, how did your list get affected by the updated points in the General's Handbook, FAQ?
So the list is exactly the same in the sense of only difference is we've got the Ghoul King on foot instead of a second Archregent.
Yeah.
And I did have the Shackles in there, which I've traded out for this one.
Yeah, okay.
And that's, other than that, I'm 1 command point less turn 1.
Yeah.
Which would be the big killer.
Interesting. So you've purchased an extra CP as well, haven't you?
Correct.
So you're starting the game with 2?
Yeah. My old list was 1900. My new list is obviously taking that into account. So, yeah, hence taking Majestic Horror, because I'm trying to capitalise on the command points. Oh, and if I haven't mentioned it already, Feast Day.
Yeah, cool. As expected. Alright, and my list is pretty much exactly the same to what I've been running on the channel for the last few games. We've got a Desolating Beast Herd Battalion, running Gave Spawn. General is this little Brave Shaman over here. He's got Etherchord's Brooch, the Unraveling Aura command trait, and his spell is the neg 1 to save. Another Brave Shaman, he's got the spell +1 to attacks on monsters, which can also go on Shaggoths, I believe, so we'll see. I'll double check that later. But, and then the Zangor Shaman, he's running the Exploding Terrain run, so he becomes a Night Heralder. He can toot some terrain. Dragon Ogre Shaggoth, he's got the Mutating Mailblade, and he's got Hailstorm as his spell. Doom Bull, Gorgon, Gary, good old Gary, 3 Dragon Ogres with paired ancient weapons, 2 units of 10 Bestigors, unit of 10 Ungor, unit of 10 Gore, unit of 30 Ungor Raiders, and a unit of 10 Ungor Raiders. We've got endless spell-wise, the Birdies, the Portals, the Maelstrom, and the Bull. Comes in at 2,000 points, and I've got an extra command point up my sleeve. So we're going to go and deploy. There's one side that we really want to gun for on this table, so we'll see who gets it. We'll be back. Yeah, this is what deployment looks like. Luke won the roll-off for table side, so he's got Commanding and Arcane in his deployment zone. I've got Arcane in the back here, Heardstone sitting pretty there. Basically, so 10 Bestigors on the left, 10 Ungors sort of in the middle there, 3 Dragon Ogres as fullback with the Shaggoth. We've got Doom Bull and Gary front and centre, 10 more Bestigors, 30 Raiders on the right hand flank, 10 Gores screening off the backfield, and Zangor Shaman and the usual at the Heardstone. Luke over here, he's got his non-general Terrorgeist and 10 Ghouls on the left, with his 3 other heroes, foot heroes at the back, zoning off the board and trying to stay out of harm's way. He's apparently Griff Feathered Charmed General, which I forgot that he was Griff Feathered, so it's thrown my deployment completely out of whack, but that's okay. We're going to make sure that motherfucker dies this turn. We've got 20 Ghouls screening him. For how long, we'll soon find out, and then 10 more Ghouls on the right hand side. We're going to do tactics now, so Luke, you can fuck off for a second, and I'm going to talk some dribble. No worries. Yeah, guys, let me just zoom out for you. Here we go. So I deployed hard to try and take out this motherfucker turn 1, and then while we were setting up, he's like, I just want to make sure that you know that it's got Griff Feather Charm. So I didn't. So there goes. I was hoping that the 40 Raiders might be able to put a dint in him and Anyway, that's okay. Good thing about this list is it's got backup options. So what we're going to do is we're going to take first turn. Luke doesn't know that, but I'm sure he's got a fairly good idea that that's going to happen. I was originally going to put Neg 1 save on him through spell portals from the back here. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to devolve him, hopefully, forward. I'm just going to have to measure how far the back of his base is to get over the front of the screen, which I don't think it's going to be. Enough on 2d6. So I might just. I don't know. I always get stuck for ideas playing against this army. Taking turn 1 is not ideal. I did deploy for it, and I don't want him to get the double turn. But I'm hoping if I get the bull out, it's going to soften the blow a bit on that double turn. So yeah, basically if I can devolve him close enough to Gary and the Doom Bull, I'm confident that they'll be able to tag team him down with a whole heap of arrows. And then these Bestigors here, they're going to cheekily go around here and snag his objective, hopefully, just to get up on points early. Depending on how everything else goes, I might even get these guys just to move up, get a cheeky charge onto his back objective there. So he's got really low amount of bodies, so yeah, I don't know. Wish me luck, guys.
Hey guys, Luke here. So, tactics, rightio. I reckon he is probably going to give me first turn. I don't plan on doing a lot with it. So I've basically just set up my screens. I've got my Griff Feather Charm over here. That way, I'm hoping it's going to absorb all the firepower, of which then I'll use the Chalice to heal it. So yeah, if he gives me first turn, which I'm half expecting, I've got the run and charge spell here. I may try and hit it in the corner over here, and essentially start putting pressure on this objective. I'm pretty well going to ignore this objective. I may try and put a bit of pressure on him with some summons, bring him in this corner just to make him think that I'm going for it, but really, I just want to keep this one, keep mine, keep that one, ignore that one but make him think I'm going for it. Yeah, essentially try and hit this side, the weaker looking side, and just survive against this side. And yeah, that's pretty well it. I'll just keep a basic screen on my back edge with maybe my unit of 10 ghouls that I'll bring in from this fella here. Yeah, look, there's really not much more to it than that. I mean, it's a basic Flesh Eater Courts army. Push it forward and hope it kills stuff. Yeah, so I'll leave it at that. Thank you.
Luke, so we talked about what we're going to do. I'm going to have the first turn.
Yep, no worries.
Best of luck. We'll be back sometime after my turn. Rightio, so just before I start charging, 40 shots into big boy over there. I took him down.
Took
5 off him.
9 left.
Yeah, Luke rolled really well on some of his 6s. Basically, what's happened is I failed to cast everything except for the portals. Couldn't put anything through the portals because I rolled like shit. And yeah, basically we've got 10 Bestigors moved up here with a Shaman just behind them. Raiders there. 10 more raiders here, just consolidating on this objective with some of my heavier hitters in case he wanted to charge me. I don't think he's going to be able to kill everything with the Terrorgeist, but we'll see. And then over here, 10 Bestigors there looking to try and sneak this objective. I sacrificed 1 Ungor. Again, rolled like shit. And so my hero phase is terrible, my shooting phase is terrible. Let's hope my charging is a little bit better. We'll be back after my turn. Alright, for a shit turn, we kind of capitalised at the end. So what happened? These Bestigors charged. They killed 7 out of 10 ghouls, staying out of 3 inches of that Terrorgeist and holding that objective. So that's 3 points to me. These guys lost 6 after Battle Shock as well, and I outscore him by 1 or 2 models on that 6. I think it's 1. So that's another 3 points to me. I hold that one and that one. So I get max points turn 1, which is 3, 6, 7, 8 points. Going into Luke's turn 1, let's see what he can do. We're at the end of Luke's shooting phase, just before his charges. Luke, what'd you do in your hero phase? You got +3 attacks on this
So I've
guy.
got +3 attacks here.
Yep.
That's pretty well it for.
Yeah,
casting.
you
Nothing
cast
else
the
really
chalice,
happened.
but I unbound it, which
Yep.
was very convenient.
Yep.
Your moving phase, you couldn't actually really move this guy anywhere, so he just kind of shuffled up a bit.
Push forward, we're hoping for a good charge.
Yeah, because you were trying to get him sort of in this gap.
I'm hoping to
where-
try and get him here.
Yeah, which
that's the goal.
that's goodbye to that unit if you do. Over here, you did get run and charge off on him as well, but you couldn't.
There's no real gain. It was more just
No,
the fact
because
that
you need to start scoring your own points, don't you?
Yeah.
So, and then summoning wise, you brought in is that 20?
20 there.
20 there, so they're about 12 inches away, 11 inches from them. I don't think they're going to be charging this turn. Over here, you summoned them in with 10 ghouls behind them. You shot at the gauze and could not
Squat.
They were too brave for your fires, apparently. And then over here, you killed 2 Bestigors with the other unit that you summoned in, so there's 2 left there. And then this guy, he screamed off 4 Raiders, and then this guy screamed off 5 Bestigors. I think that's pretty much it.
Pretty well that.
So right, we'll go into
Charges.
back after your turn. Righty, end of Luke's turn 1. You're going to have to apologise, there's a few people around in the shop at the moment. So what happened? Luke, he killed the 10 Raiders that were here, well, the 6 that were left. He then feasted into the Shaman, killed it with a 6, and I rolled a 1 to spawn, which is unfortunate. Over here, he only managed to kill 5. I then CP'd to make them immune from my general, so he doesn't get my objective. Luke gets his objective over here. These Raiders, 1 died, but they killed 9 in total out of the 10, which is awesome. And then the Bestigors obviously died as well. So Luke scores 2 points in his turn 1. It's 2 to 8. We got a roll for priority. I win ties. I get a 5, you get a 3. I'm going to take the turn.
No worries.
Cool. Just before my charges, what's happened? Hero phase. We got the bull out finally. Tag team, it did 3 mortars.
Down to 5.
We got the Maelstrom out, which is fine. That's just going to give me a little bit of extra security maybe later in the game. We got Hailstorm off on these guys, who I've just lit up anyway. Just want them dead because I retreated those Gores out and I don't want to give up that objective. Summoned in 10 Raiders, which pinged off 1, believe it or not. Shug off mid over there to cover whatever's coming over. Gary and the Doombull are going to go gangbang this guy with 5 wounds left. The Dragon Ogres here are going to try and chop up some free ghouls that he has. And that is about it. So we're going to do some charging. We're going to charge these guys just to get onto that objective, maybe kill off the rest of those ghouls. And if I'm feeling it, no, I probably won't charge over here. We'll see how we go. Righto, Luke. So, end of my turn. What happened? These guys killed, was it 11, 12, 13, 15, whatever the fuck it is, they killed a few. These Raiders, they killed a couple, which is fine. I scored that objective again. Over here, though, the star of the show, apparently, is the Shaman. Copped 4 wounds off that 1 flyer, and then fucking killed him with a disc. Then over here, Abysmal. It's happened to me again, guys. It's happened to me again. If you go and check our last game on the camera as well, I left this motherfucker on 1 wound, which is what's happened again, and then I proceeded to get tabled pretty quickly. But luckily enough, so Luke rolled really well on his saves. He didn't roll so well on his attacks. He feasted. Doombull only took 2 wounds in total. Gary only took 11 in total. So they're both still kicking. And that guy's got 1 wound left. I got the Maelstrom there to get an extra unbind on the chalice so he can't heal up his shit. And I think we're sitting good. So I'm going to score 3 points there and 2 points for my own, which puts me on to 13 points to your 2. Where are we? There we go. So Luke's turn 2. Let's see what he can do. Alrighty, Luke, so your hero phase. You had a hero phase like I did turn 1. So you didn't get a single spell off. I didn't even have to throw an unbind, which is great. I'm happy with that. There is lack of Gary. He did die to 2 Terrorgeists yelling at him, which is fine. For 200 points, that's all you can really ask, is he took 2 pile-ins off a Terrorgeist and then 2 screams from them as well. So he's done his job as far as I'm concerned. He then yelled off 6 of the raiders. Rolled a 1 with his run over here, so they're not charging this turn, which means that my objective is still there. And then these guys are still just chilling in combat. So we're going to go Luke's turn. Well, he's going to go do his charges and we're back after his turn. Cool. All right, end of Luke's turn 2. He scores 2 points, so it's going to be 4-13. And what did he do? So this guy ate the Doom Ball. The Doom Ball then turned into a spawn, came in over here, and then rolled 4 attacks and failed to hit with everything. Over here, they killed a Dragon Ogre, did 2 wounds to another, then killed 2 or 3 of them, who cares. And then over here, the Raiders did 3 wounds to a Flayer, killed 1 Ghoul, and then all died to Battle Shock. And that will be that. So we've got a priority roll. So I get a 2, Luke gets a 2. Turn order stays the same. Well, I get to choose. The question is, do I want to move the bull and tag both of his Terrorgeists? I know I get to choose who goes first. Yes, mate. Hi Tristan, how are you? Yeah. He thinks the order stays the same, but it doesn't. You actually get to choose because I had 1 to my. Well, I win tiebreaks. Yeah. So I think I'm going to give you the turn. Because I know that's what you kind of would have...
Thinking the same.
Well, if I take... I'll be back. I am going to take it, and I'm going to move the bull, and we're going to see what happens. Just before Luke's charges, before we go though, since we tied the dice roll for the priority, these guys actually got their 4 up and healed all their wounds. In the movement phase. Well, hero phase, you've pretty much failed all your casts again, didn't you?
It happened again, yep.
These guys retreated onto this objective. Yep. This guy flew from over there to here. Everyone else is just sort of moving up and moving around.
A couple bodies back here.
Yeah, you got 5 bodies back over there, which is nice. These guys are just moving up. These guys are moving up over here. I'm expecting a charge. And that's pretty much it. So, yeah, okay. We're going to go into charges. End of Luke's turn. What happened? He failed his charge here. These guys killed the Shaman. I rolled a 1. So he gets 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 points, which puts him up to 12 to my 13. Going into my turn 3. Just before my charges, what have I done? I got an extra attack on the Shaggy, summoned in the spawn, moved these guys back onto the objective to then attack them. These guys moved up, archers pinged 1 dude off the table, and that's it. So, yeah, let's see if I can hold out on my objectives for another turn or 2. That'd be nice. We'll be back after my charges. Rightio. These guys, they killed the ghouls just fine. Thank you, Herdstone, for supplying me with Neg 1 Rend. And then you might notice another dead bat. He got 15 damage. He got +2 attacks and reroll hits at once. So got 3 of them through with Neg 2 because of the Herdstone. Thank you. And took him off with 1 foul swing. So good job. I'll just score the 2 points this turn, and we roll priority. We'll see what happens here. I get a 4, Luke gets a 6. What's going to happen?
I don't know why, but apparently it's different, so it's really nice.
I'm going to take it.
Look, I don't know the technicalities, Dave.
I'll move the bull.
No worries.
Cool. All right, we'll be back before Luke's charges. So into Luke's turn, killed off the Gores, killed off 2 Raiders. Raiders killed 1 Ghoul. That was pretty much it. So you will score 3, 4, 5, which will put you up to 17 to my 13. My turn 4.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Back after this. End of my turn. Failed my spells. These guys moved. They failed their 11-inch charge, which is kind of expected. Over here, the Shaggoth did just punched off the Flayers. The Ungor took 2 more casualties, and the Ghouls are still unharmed. So I don't get that one. I only get 1 point. So this is a shit turn for me. 14 to Luke's 17. I need to score big here, and I'll be laughing, I think. I get a 3. Luke gets a 2. I'm going to take it.
Alrighty. Gonna move the ball.
Alright, go for it. End of my turn and end of the game because we're going to call it there. What did I do? I summoned in some dogs. They made their charge. They whiffed their attacks. Killed a couple. Not enough. Over here, killed 5. Wasn't enough. Even if he rolls a 6 on Battle Shock, I can't score that objective. Just move around here. Over here, poor Shaggoth, he's a bit tuckered out from killing dragons and flayers and all that shit, so he whiffed his attacks, and it is what it is. I can't actually win on points, so I'm only going to score the 1. So 15 to Luke's 17. That being turn 5 means that even if he doesn't cap anything next turn, he still wins the game. So, good game, mate.
Thank you.
Fucking nailbiter. How'd you think it went?
I thought I was doing really, really well. Then I thought I was in a lot of trouble. And then it's just hung on at the end.
Yeah.
A couple of lucky whiffs. I thought I was going to lose that one. I should have lost that one.
Yeah.
That would have been the difference.
Yeah. Look, the doggos over there were a backup plan, just in case if these guys whiffed, but they also didn't do enough. So it's unfortunate, but that's the way the game is. So you got your hat trick against me, mate. Well done. Yeah. Fuck. That's embarrassing in a way. No, it was fun. It's good. I think I played that pretty well. I don't know what I probably would have done differently. Maybe guarded this objective a little bit more. But I think Dice just fucking beat me this game. Well, you beat me, but Dice didn't help me.
They both went good and bad.
Yeah, at times when we probably didn't need them to go really good either. That's the problem. But that's the game that we play, so there's no point complaining about it. No, thanks again, mate. That was fun. Congratulations. Who do you think your MVP was?
Probably actually the Flayers in that one.
Yeah?
Look, the Terror guys do what they do, but they certainly didn't. They did not more than what you'd expect them to.
Yeah.
So, yeah, probably the Flayers, the little free units.
Yep.
Did well that
Just
game.
the ones that you summoned in.
Yeah.
Yep. No, that's fair. They did do their job. They chewed through a fair bit of shit throughout the game.
Big picture, I think the point increases to Feck. That probably felt fair.
I don't think I was out of my luck with that game.
In that game, command points were still plenty, but yeah, a few less summons, less spell casting. It felt about right.
Yeah. Well, look, when you've got free CP to just pile and attack twice, it really goes a long way, doesn't it? Like, that's 50 points extra a turn. So over the course of the game, that's 10 free command points potentially?
Look, potentially. I finished the game with 3 left before taking a 5th turn into account, which is almost never heard of from me.
Yep.
Yeah, it was interesting because I never really got more than one combat that really needed at the time then. So.
Yeah, well, that's true. So that's partly down to the way that this sort of beast list plays. Is you don't want to be in multiple combats at once unless if you're scraping the bottom of the barrel like I was doing in the 5th turn. So
that mission, that's really good. Now I like the way it's spread out so much.
Yeah. It's just unfortunate that they've kept the what is it? The no deep striking. I think I really like the scoring, and I really like the layout of the objectives now as well.
Yeah, definitely.
But anyway, I think we might leave that there, mate. Thanks again. Congratulations again, asshole. And I hope you guys enjoyed watching. We'll catch you next time. See ya.
Catch us.